welcome. I wanted to go through my sketchbook so far and show you some doodles and artwork that I have made recently. So it's not full by any means, but I have a good amount of doodles that I thought it'd be fun to show you. I did this in another video, and then later on I wanted to add some outline to make it pop more, but I gave up on it for some reason. So yeah, this is like a little unfinished fun thing. This was kind of an experiment. Like, these remind me of shells almost. Something about it feels like a mermaidy. Again, this was kind of an experiment, and it's kind of childlike. The flowers remind me of SpongeBob, like the style of flower. I don't know if you see that, but let me know. Okay. This was something I did a couple weeks ago. I love doing flowers, details, and I also love this color palette. I love like pinks and like fuchsia and like this kind of rich, warm feeling that I get. Yeah. Okay. These ones are really fun to make because they're very visceral. The way that you just like move your hand and make like a big squiggle. It's very simple to look at, but to make it feels good. So I would recommend making one of these. Do like a light color for the first layer, and then do a darker color for the top layer. Then outline the top layer first, then outline the bottom layer, and you have like this cool kind of layered squiggly thing, which I like. These are really fun to make as well. I really like making these because I'm not trying to make it obviously like look realistic. That's probably pretty obvious, but like I'm also not trying to make it look perfect or even, and that's like what I think is special about it, is that it's kind of just wavy and kind of shaky. When I'm making them, I really just let my hand kind of be loose. I think it looks really cool personally, and the kind of chaotic nature of it I like a lot. This one needs to be turned like this. These kinds of doodles are not necessarily like planned. I kind of have an idea of what I want to do, but I really just let my hand squiggle how it wants to. And, you know, I want it to look balanced in the end. So there is some intention in it, but in general, it's quite random. Let's turn it back. an interesting one. It's a little bit more detailed than the other ones, letting the top layer be whatever it wants to be, and then outlining it and solidifying it in a way. It's just fun to like see the chaos of it. And the chaos is beautiful in a way. So I like this little green doodle. Here's another one that's pretty similar to the one I showed you. And this one is a little bit more squiggly. Like there's more squiggle happening. And it's a little bit more dramatic, the squiggle, right? Like it's very it's a little more severe. So also this color combination I think is cool. Okay. This one feels soothing to look at, and it just makes me feel calm. This one was also fun to make. Circles first and then top layer. And I think the fun thing about doing doodles like this is that before you outline them, it really doesn't look visually interesting, at least to me. You have to trust like the process of it, because once you outline it, then you can really see like the intention, and like things pop and become visible, like things that kind of just blended together now really pop. And I just think that's really fun and interesting. Here's another one of those wavy flowers, and this one is a little bit different. I added a more solid section here in the middle. This one is cool because there's 3 layers instead of 2 that I typically do. And again, when you outline them, it's like you see the layers come alive. And this reminds me of ribbon. What does it remind you of? More detailed drawing. You can still see that there's layers to it and things that pop and overlap. I also really like the colors in this one. It feels super girly, and like my inner child would love this. I love how it's all pink except for these purple, like light purple squiggles, and then the orange kind of triangular shapes. This reminds me of like planets. Like these give me like planet, but also like clocks. What do you see in this? What does it remind you of? Has all these dots overlapping on top. These colors are quite soothing to me. This is another one of the kind of blob squiggle doodles that I do. It's It's also just very simple. There's no dots or anything on this one. It definitely makes me feel like I'm in like the woods with elves or fairies. It's very small in comparison to the other ones that fill up a little bit more of a page. This color palette, I really like these two blues together. This one is a little bit more intricate with, instead of a blob in the background, it's a squiggle as well. And then there's a squiggle on top in like a thinner line with these kind of dots that jut out. I like it a lot. It almost reminds me of like a brain. Okay. I have a couple of ones like this where I was trying something a little bit different and making the blob have more like irregular edges, and then just kind of doing a simple top layer with like these little details. Yeah, I like this one. I like these colors together too. This one is different. This is like the first one of this kind that I made, and I was kind of doing the same thing with these edges, like a little bit more irregular and sporadic. And then this layer on top is more like bursting a firework or something like that, where it's kind of just coming out. It's almost like confetti. This feels like celebratory to me. So, as you can see, this is similar to the one a couple doodles ago. It's that same kind of irregular blob with the dots and the stripes that kind of go over like that. And yeah, it's very similar. Obviously different color palette, but these are simple and just fun to make. And if you want to try these kind of layered doodles, try something like this. Here's another one of the same, but this is quite irregular and I think even unbalanced. It doesn't give me the same like satisfaction looking at it, but I like the colors together. You can see I used the same colors here because I did like them together, apparently. This is another one of the blob squiggle things, but I tried it in a little bit of a different way, where instead of one solid blob in the background, it's a collection of blobs, and then the squiggles on top with the little circles coming out. It reminds me of like ivy, like vines. It reminds me of vines. Now I'm moving into like a different shape. This is more vertical instead of kind of round. I like it because it fills up more of the page and it's a bit more in your face and like dramatic. It also just has a soothing quality about it. I'm not totally sure why. I think it's the blues and just something about it is nice to look at. This is also a really simple one that you could try if you wanted to try one of these layered doodles. Just can really do whatever shape you want on the bottom layer, and same with the top layer. This one was fun to make. This one I have mixed feelings about. It was kind of like a rough draft of trying like something new with these two longer shapes and then more detailed separate blobs and circles and squiggles on top. So yeah, I think it's interesting. This one is the most recent doodle I did, and again I was trying something a little bit new with squiggle in the background bottom layer and then different, almost more angular shapes on top. A little bit more harsh angles to them, and when I did it, it was almost like erratic movements. Like I just let my hand kind of stop and start and stop and start, and that created these like angles that are a little bit different. And then I added more little details and blobs on top, and again I really like these colors together. Specifically, they're really soothing to me. So that's all that I have in this notebook so far. As you can see, there's a lot more space in it, and I'm so excited to fill it up and show you more. So thank you so much for watching this. If you enjoyed it, please let me know, and subscribe if you feel inclined or you want more doodles or just ideas for mindful art and anything like that. So I'll see you